I think in Chinatown it's very different from other places in London.
Chinatown is a very, very complicated place. It's so much more than just Chinatown. It is a tourist attraction. It is a neighborhood. It is a high street, and it's not just about Chinese people or East and Southeast Asian people.
People often associate Chinatown with Chinese people, and this kind of narrative separate this urban space from the rest of London. What happened during the pandemic actually shows the problem of this kind of narrative, because a lot of people, they were avoiding Chinatown.
The COVID pandemic has led to this whole thing about hate crime, racism, and hate incidents against people of East and Southeast Asian backgrounds increased radically within the UK. And then in the case of Chinatown, we saw people starting to avoid the neighborhood in general.
I mean, a lot of my friends actually were racially, some of them were spat on, and a lot of my friends, some were even beaten and had to be admitted to hospital.
People see me as a Chinese person first. Everything else about me often comes second. In a time of crisis, this kind of celebration of differences can be very easily turned into the exclusion of difference.
You know, sometimes we are really frightened when we are bullied. We just don't know how to react or how to go about protecting ourselves. And now, because we are together, we know how to fight, recognize and fight it.
It is so hard to define, so hard to report, so hard to identify. And I feel like it all comes now to the awareness. We need to make sure that this doesn't happen again, or we need to reduce the possibility of this happen again.
Some people actually want to talk about it, but they feel like they don't have the space, or they don't know people who would be willing to talk about it.
I guess everybody's different. Some people are more open to talking, some people are more receptive. There's no real pattern to it.
Yours, mine, ours project is trying to encourage people to talk about racism, prejudice, discrimination in a more open way.
Normalising conversations around topics people might not necessarily be comfortable talking about. Hate crime, anti-East and Southeast Asian racism, racism in general.
This Yours, Mine's, Our project is a very interesting way of engaging with these kind of conversations, because it is a very beautiful project. It is a very powerful response to the conversations.
We spend a lot of time talking about how to stop it, how to recognize it.
It's nice to let them see something and gradually be more open about it and talk about it.
I think it's a really, really good and important message that we're delivering through this project. And I especially love how we really encourage inclusivity and tell people that Chinatown is not just for the Chinese people, but for everyone.
Chinatown is a part of London. Chinatown stories are London stories.